In this video, I have explained what is DML, the various commands which comes under DML, insert command along with the examples with respect to insert command along with the syntax of insert SQL command. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share this video link with your friends, gain the knowledge and rule the world. DML commands. There are three kinds of DML SQL commands which are available for the purpose of modifying the database. That means we can change the contents by using a certain kind of commands, and those are called as a DML SQL commands. Data manipulation language. DML in the sense data manipulation language. These kind of SQL commands we use for the purpose of modifying the data which is present in a database. That means either we can insert, we can delete the data, as well as we can change the contents of a data. So DML will be providing three SQL commands for the purpose of modifying the database. Those are insert, delete and update commands. Insert, delete and update commands. Insert, delete and update. These are the three DML SQL commands which can be used for the purpose of modifying the database. Insert command. So this insert command is the simplest form and it is used to add one or more tuples to the relation. Insert command in its simplest form. There are different kinds of the commands in the variation of an insert. Among those, the first one is the simplest form and it can be used for the purpose of adding one or more tuples to the relation. Attribute values should be listed in the same order as the attributes were specified in the create table command. That means at the time of creating a table, you will be using a create table command which I have explained in the previous video. So in the order, the attributes which have been specified at the time of creating a table, in the same order you need to give the values to the attributes while using the insert command. So insert command have various forms. Among them, the simplest form is used for the purpose of adding one or more tuples to the relation. Insert syntax type 1. So the syntax of an insert command, as I told, we have different variations, that is the different forms of insert commands. Among them, the first one, insert into table name. Insert space into space table name. This one, insert as well as into, you can write either in the uppercase or in the lowercase or the combination of uppercase and lowercase alphabets. Whereas the table name, whatever you are going to specify, that table name should be written in the same case as the table name which you have given at the time of creating a table, because the data present in a database are case sensitive, even including the database name as well as the table names, all those are case sensitive. So insert into table name. After that, values, open the bracket, then comma separated literal value. That means if more than one attribute will be present in a table, obviously there will be a more number of attributes. It will be not having just a single attribute. It means it will be not having just a single column. It will be having multiple columns, that is the multiple fields. So all those fields, literal values should be specified after opening the bracket, and each of the literal values should be separated with comma. If it is a numeric value, those should be written directly by writing the value, whereas if it is an other than the numerical values, those has to be specified within a single quotes. After that, you need to close the bracket. Insert into table name, values. After that, open the bracket. After that, specify the literal value separated by comma, and each of the literal value should be according to the attributes which we have specified at the time of creating the table. After that, close the bracket. After that, semicolon. So this is the insert syntax, insert command syntax of first form. There are various kinds of forms. Among them, it one is the first type. So now we shall consider how to insert a tuple in a relation by using that first syntax. We consider a relation as a student with the attributes sname, SNO, bdate, gender, address, course, class. Sname, we are considering it as a type of varchar where we can insert a string value, that is a combination of characters. SNO, that is an student number, and here I consider the value of type integer. Bdate, this is a birth date of a student, and here I will consider the data type as a date. Gender, here I will consider the character which significance or which denotes the gender of a student. I will be using a single character to denote the gender. Address as a varchar, course as a varchar, class as a varchar. Varchar in the sense a string values which we will be giving. So now according to the syntax, first what you have to write? Insert. Then after that, space into. Then after that, one space, the name of the table. So the name of the table, that is the name of the relation, is a student. Then after that, you need to write a values. Then after that, open the bracket. The first value, this is the first literal value for a first attribute. The first attribute is sname, and it has to be written within a single quote. So within a single quote, I will give the value as Abhishek. Then the next attribute is SNO. So it has to be, I am considering as a number, and here need not to be written in a single quote. While giving a numerical values, it can be given directly, whereas while giving the other than the numerical values, you have to give them within a single quotes. So here what you can write, comma 111. So it is the student number. The next, bdate. So it is of type date. That is the data type I am considering as a date. So it can be specified by writing comma date within the single quotes 2002-26-01 single quote close. So here you need to specify date keyword, after that one single space, and within a single quote you need to write in this format only, year hyphen day hyphen month. In this format only you have to specify. Other than this format, if you specify, it will give an error. The next one, gender. So it should be specified only one character according to the rule which I have taken. So comma within a single quote M, which indicates a male. Then address. So I have considered this as a varchar, that is as a string. So comma within a single quote Hosapete, comma the next one is the course within a single quote BCA, comma next one is in class. So I'll write comma within a single quote second space sem single quote close. So remember one thing, whatever the literal values you are going to give, that one should be in the order of the attribute which you have considered for a relation at the time of creating the table. After that, close the bracket. Then after that, write semicolon. In few kind of applications, semicolon is not required. That is, it depends upon the type of software in which you are writing an SQL command. But most of them will be requiring a semicolon at the end. So this is an example of inserting a tuple in a student relation by using the insert command. It is the simplest form of insert command which can use for the purpose of inserting a tuple into a relation. After executing this particular command, it will display a message as one row inserted. An alternate form of inserting a tuple into a relation is by specifying the name of the attributes. An alternate form of inserting tuples will be specifying explicitly the attribute names that corresponds to the values in the new tuple. Attributes with the null values can be left out, but as far as possible while creating a table, we'll be giving as not null. So for that purpose, we'll be not skipping any kind of attribute value. An alternate form of inserting specifies explicitly the name of the attribute along with the value which we are going to insert in a tuple, and the attribute name should match with the name which we have given at the time of creating a relation. Even the case also matters. That means uppercase, lowercase, both are treated differently. For that purpose, even the case on which you are going to use will also matter. So now we shall see the syntax of the insert command type 2. Insert into table name. After that, we need to open the bracket, then comma separated attribute list. That means you need to write each of the attribute name, that is each of the column name in the order which has been given at the time of creating a table, and each of the attribute name should match with the case which has been used while creating the table, and each of the attribute should be separated by comma. After that, close the bracket. The next values, open the bracket. Then here you need to write the literal values, and each should be separated by comma. So comma separated literal value, and this literal value should correspond to the attribute, and you need to specify in the same way the way which you have given, means the way in which the attributes has been taken at the time of creating a table, means the way in which you have written the attribute name. In the same way, you need to give the values for each of the attributes, and each of the literal value should be separated by comma. After that, close the bracket. After that, semicolon. So this is the second way of inserting a tuple into a relation. It is the second type through which we can insert a tuple into a relation. I am considering the same relation, a student, with the same attributes which I have considered while explaining the type 1 insert command. Now we shall see how to write the insert command by the second type of insert command. Insert, then after that into, and after that table name, that is the relation name, student, and after that open the bracket, write the first attribute name s name, comma, next attribute name SNO, the next attribute is b date, so comma b date, the next attribute is a gender, comma gender, the next attribute is address, comma address, the next attribute is the course, comma course, the next attribute is a class, comma class. After that, close the bracket. So it is the attribute list in the same order which has been given at the time of creating a table, and even the case should also be the same thing. I have considered the uppercase for the first character or the first character of an attribute name as an uppercase. Even for the relation also I have considered the first character of the relation name as an uppercase and the remaining as a lowercase, and I have presented in the same thing. After this, what you have to write? Values. After that, open the bracket, then specify the values for s name, SNO, b date, gender, address, course and class. Here I am considering the same data type which I have considered at the time of explaining insert command of type 1. So first value within a single quote, Kavya, then next value, comma, 222, the next value, comma, date within a single quote, year, day, month. And year, day, month should be separated by an hyphen. Year should be of an 4-digit, month should be of an 2-digit, and day should be of an 2-digit. You need to specify in the same way itself. Then after that, gender, comma, within a single quote, F. Then after that, address, comma, within a single quote, Bangalore. The next course, comma, within a single quote, BCA. The next class, comma, within a single quote, a second cell. So now we have specified the literal values for each of the attribute in the same order of that of an attribute. After that, close the bracket. Then after that, write the semicolon. As far as possible, try to write inserting a tuple by using this syntax only, so that there will be no any mismatch in the data type which you are going to give, that is the literal value according to the data type which you have given for an attribute will be having a correct match. There will be a no mismatch if you use this particular syntax, and even the order will also be a correct one. You will get no error if you use in this format, because you will be not making a mistake either with the order or with the data type. So as far as possible, use this syntax for the purpose of inserting a tuple into a relation. Then the third form of insert command is insert into table name. After that, open the bracket. Then you need to write the attribute name separated by comma preceded with an ampersand symbol. Comma separated attribute list preceded with ampersand symbol, that is an and symbol, and it should be written within the pair of single quotes. Each of the attribute with a preceded and symbol, and that should be written within the single quote, and you need to write in the same order which you have considered at the time of creating the table by using table create command, which you have used at the time of creating a table by using create table command, as I explained in the previous video. After that, close the bracket. After that, semicolon. After that, it will be asking to enter the value for each of the attribute. After entering the value, it will ask the next attribute value to be entered, and it will be continuing that one until all the attributes have been completed which has been specified in the command. It is the third way, and it depends upon the type of software you are using. Some of the softwares will be supporting and some of the softwares will not be supporting this kind of inserting a tuple into a relation. That means this form of inserting a tuple in a relation. For example, Oracle 10G will not be supporting this kind of inserting a value into a tuple. Now we shall see the third form of inserting a tuple into a relation. So here I am considering the same student relation with the same attribute and the same data type I am considering for the purpose of explanation. So first you need to write insert, then after that one single space, the next keyword is into, then after that one single space, table name is a student, then after that open the bracket within a single quote ampersand s name, open the bracket within a single quote ampersand s name, it is the first attribute. The next attribute comma within a single quote SNO, the next third attribute comma within a single quote B date, and here whatever the attribute you are going to write, that should match with the attribute name which you have specified at the time of creating a table. Even the case also, that means the uppercase as well as the lower case should be correct. comma. Next one is within a single quote gender, comma, within a single quote ampersand address, comma, within a single quote ampersand course, comma, within a single quote ampersand class. So these are the various kinds of attributes I have considered. So once it has been finished, you need to close the bracket. After that, write semicolon. Once if you have finished this one, then it will display a message, enter value of S name. Now you have to type the value for S name. After that, press enter key, then it will display enter value of SNO. Now you need to write the number of a student, then after that it will display enter value of B date. After that you have to enter the literal value for birth date. Like that, for each of the attribute it will be asking. For each of the attribute you need to enter the value. At last, once it has been finished entering the values, after that whatever the values you have entered, those will be inserted into a tuple of the relation student. This is the third kind of inserting a tuple into a relation. Third kind of insert command, and it is supported by few type of softwares and it is not supported by few type of softwares. It depends upon the type of software which you are using in your lab. Important note, only the constraints specified in the DDL commands are automatically enforced by database management system when updates are applied to the database. Another variation of an insert command will allow you to inserting of multiple tuples resulting from a query into a relation. Till now, whatever the insert command you have seen, all those insert command we use for the purpose of inserting only one tuple at a time. But another one variation of an insert command is there which will allow for the purpose of inserting multiple tuples, and those multiple tuple we get from the result of a query. That we will be getting from the result of a query, and whatever the result we get from a query, those tuples will be inserted into a table. We shall see how to write that particular type of insert command. To execute that particular type of insert command, what we have to do is we have to create a temporary table. So as an example, I will illustrate now how to create a table and how to insert a tuples by executing a query. Suppose we want to create a temporary table that has the name, number of employees and total salary for each department. That means department name, the number of employees working in that particular department and the total salary for that particular department. We need to create a table. For that purpose, first we shall create a table called DEPT underscore INFO, department info, and load with the summary information retrieved from the database by the query. That is, first you have to create a table. After that you have to write the insert command. The insert command such that it gets the result from the query, and that query result will be inserted into a table. That means whatever the resultant we get from the query, that resultant query values is the tuples which we get from the result of an query, those tuples will be inserted into a table called department underscore info, DEPT underscore INFO. So for that purpose, first we need to write create, you can write in uppercase also, table, this one also you can write in uppercase, then the name of the table department underscore INFO, DEPT underscore INFO. This one have considered D as capital At the time of insertion also you need to write in the same format, that is capital D and the remaining in the lower cases. After that, open the bracket, then the name of the first attribute, DEPT underscore name. Then after that, one single space, the data type for that one, varchar within the bracket 10, comma, then the next attribute, NO underscore OF underscore EMPS, that is the number of employees, one single space, data type as integer, comma, the next, the third kind of attribute, that is the third attribute. Third attribute I will specify as TOTAL underscore SAL, that is the total salary for each department, one single space, comma, integer. After a single space, not comma, just a single space, after that integer. So this is what the data type for the total salary. Then after that, close the bracket, semicolon. It means we have created a table called DEPT underscore INFO with the attribute DEPT underscore name, NO underscore OF underscore EMPS, number of employees, and another one is TOTAL underscore SAL, that is the total salary. So we have created a table called DEPT underscore info with these attributes. Now we shall see how to insert a tuple by using the fourth kind of insert command to insert the values by executing a query, and whatever the result we get from that query to be inserted into a department relation, that is a department underscore INFO relation. Now we shall see how to write that particular insert command. So write on insert, then after that into name of the table DEPT underscore INFO. You can observe I have written D capital because the same way I have specified at the time of creating a table. Then after that, open the bracket, the first attribute name DEPT underscore NAME. Then after that, the second attribute, comma, number OF EMPS, NO underscore OF underscore EMPS. So it is the same way I have specified at the time of creating a table, comma, the third attribute total underscore SAL. So you need to specify in the same way what you have specified at the time of creating a table DEPT underscore INFO, and in the same order. Then after that, close the bracket, then you have to write values. So here you have observed at the time of insert command 1 second we have been specifying the values over there, right? Whereas how we need to specify the values here, these values we get from executing the query. For that purpose we have to write the SQL statement through which we can get the result, that is by using select from where. This is a select SQL command. So we need to write, open the bracket, select space dname, comma, count within the bracket asterisk, comma, sum within the bracket salary. The first one will give the name of the department, second one will give the total number of employee working for that particular department, and the third one, sum of salary, will give the total salary by considering each department separately. That means department 1 will be calculated separately, department 2 will be calculated separately, department 3 will be calculated separately according to the department name. Now since these two informations will be present in two tables, we need to write both the tables, department, comma, employee, Then you need to specify the condition where D number equal to DNO. D number is present in the relation department and DNO is present in the relation employee. So which satisfies this condition, only those tuples will be selected. Then you need to write group by D name. It is essential because the tuples whatever we are going to get, that should be grouped according to the department name, because we need to find the number of employees in each department and sum of the salary for each department. Then after that, close the bracket, semicolon. So this is the way of specifying the insert command, and this one 99% will be not using this kind of insert format, whereas the other three whatever I have specified before, those will be using, whereas this one will not be using 99%. Because if you want to create a temporary table like this, what happens, it will be having a resultant, but that table will not be updated every time. That table will not be updated every time. For that purpose, what we use is, we use views. What is a view? We'll be learning in the next videos. Then next we shall see the other DML statements.